glad to have this quick and somewhat personal reflection on community empowerment in Shawlands. Over the past 5, 6, 7 years or so, the South Side's been experiencing something of a cultural renaissance. Many young creatives now choose to live on the South Side, probably for economic reasons, but they've found it to be a place where creativity and networks can thrive. We have Southside Studios and the chalet, pictured up in the right-hand side there, throbbing with creative design studios. Also the hub that is Govanhill Baths, and we have them to thank for providing cultural sparks that have animated the area, and the Streetland Festival, which is held in Govanhill in the spring. Within this sort of milieu, I found myself with my family on our own way to developing the Glad Cafe, which we opened in August 2012. Our story is typical of all the others I'm going to be referring to. They all show how love for and commitment to a community is a very real empowerment. We had been inspired by Cafe Otto in London's Dalston area. This is a cafe by day with a clientele attracting people of all ages and backgrounds, and it's a venue by night featuring live music. As Southsiders, our visit to Cafe Otto made us wonder why we didn't have a similar cafe and venue in our part of Glasgow, and so we decided we had to make it happen. For the next 18 months or so, we ran events in Southside venues to see if there was an appetite for what we were doing, and we developed a website and social media presence to foment interest. We developed the Glad Rag as well, which is our own literary and art zine, and through these activities we gathered a sizable following, many of whom offered their skills and support, and we also gained a 100-strong friends group who contributed £15,000 to the development. Well, could we get loans and grants to get started? Well, no, we couldn't. High street banks, as well as third sector banks such as Triodos and Unity Trust Bank, city councils, social enterprise loan funds, trusts, everybody, absolutely everybody turned us down. We had to borrow tens of thousands from friends and family, and I have to say we were fortunate to not only have friends who believed in us, but also to have friends who, I guess at my time of life, maybe had a bit of disposable income and were willing to loan us some money. At the last minute, we were given a loan of £40,000 by Social Investment Scotland, which made our last push possible. We did it on our own with a lot of grassroots support, and this is the story of several other exciting ventures on the South Side. First of all, the Southside Film Festival is now in its 5th year. It creates a weekend festival with showings in likely and unlikely places throughout the South Side. And since we've been open, they run a monthly film club at the Glad Cafe. Their innovative and exciting programme does not get any funding and is completely volunteer-led. The Southside Fringe, they had a vision for the Glasgow Life-funded Southside Festival to become more than a weekend in the park. And they wanted to involve local businesses, community groups, individuals in the whole of the Shawlands area to run an event that would last a fortnight. They found it difficult to find a voice within the Southside Festival Committee, but these two people, Karina Curry and Crawford Smith, in 2013 took matters into their own hands and got a massive body of volunteers together to create a 2-week festival, which again has no funding, but has a heap of goodwill. Last year, they ran an amazing and eclectic range of 119 events in 37 different venues. It will run again in May 2015. Meanwhile, as Glasgow Life try to hand over the A-listed Langside Halls to the community, a group of people are committed there to its development into the beating heart of the community that it should be, and they've been busy sketching out ideas for its future and consulting with the community. For some time now, a theatre group called Tram Direct have made their home for their performances at The Shed. The Shed's a well-known Southside nightclub. Some of you may have been there. It's now proving to be a lot more than that, Weekends see vintage fairs taking place and Tram Direct putting on a lot of performances. Other initiatives include the Art Village. For the past 2 years, Patrick Evans and team have been pulling together a substantial art exhibition space in the near-deserted Shawlands Arcade. This year, 3 large units have featured work from Howson to Bellany, so providing a real showcase for Southside artists alongside bigger names. They also have a Village Voice magazine, which brings another important voice to the Southside. The old bandstand in Queen's Park has been taken over by a group of activists who have fundraised and made it usable again. The arena, as it is now called, is available for local people to run events. There's also a group of women from different countries called the Soul Food Sisters. They, like us, have set themselves up as a social enterprise and have been serving delicious food at the arena throughout the summer, running pop-up restaurants as well as catering for events. And Locavore and Merry-Go-Round are 2 other social enterprises in the South Side. Locavore supporting and selling locally produced food, and Merry-Go-Round selling second-hand children's clothes, diverting them from landfill. And then there are many other bars and food businesses that have come into the area, and I'm sure it's on the back of all this community activity, this cultural activity, that other businesses have decided to come and make the South Side a place where people want to live and want to come to. Just finally, we set up a cooperative ourselves, Glad Rags. It sells second-hand clothes, and the money that we make from that is going into funding affordable music lessons for our charity, the Glad Foundation, which will soon be taking up residence in this building in the South Side. These initiatives are all lighting up the South Side and are now being helped by over £3 million from the council to improve the look of the Shawlands town centre, with improved lighting, paving, tidying up of street furniture, and consultation to decide what other improvements can be made there. So there we go, a run through of things going on in Shawlands. Thanks very much.